Oh shit, we're back. Chuck's Raw Reviews. Oh, okay, I'm pumped. Which is kind of weird actually, and I'll get into that in a second. But let's get rid of all that business shit. So give me about 30 seconds and jump over this, all right? So the business shit is subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. If you're into this kind of stuff, please, love to hear what you guys have to say. So comment as well. Whatever. That shit's aside. We're on episode 45. And so with episode 45, we're moving forward towards that big episode 50. Still trying to decide what I want to do, but I got some pretty cool ideas. Someone had said something about doing quick 1-minute reviews of a bunch of the backlog of books, which I thought sounded like so much fun. So I might do that. But let me know what you guys think, and we'll definitely hit that up and figure it out. So what I would love to tell you guys is what I've decided is, so we hit our 100 subscribers. Woo! That's freaking awesome. So I'm going to do a giveaway. I've already discussed that. I'm going to give away a load of the books that I've gotten from a bunch of the subscribers and people who wanted to have their stuff reviewed and shown off. So you guys will get a taste of the cool books that I've been able to enjoy. Who I'm going to give that to, I really had to consider, though. I was just going to go through my subscribers. Turns out with YouTube, you don't get to do that. So instead, what I'm going to do is everybody who comments on episode 50, when that comes out, I will go through all of those people and I will pick one of them randomly, and then that person will be sent the gift. So just comment on there and we'll make that happen. So that's what's happening now. So let's move forward. What's the reason we're here? An indie comic review. So thing is that you know what? Depression. It's a part of life, and I know I'm coming in here all excited and bam. That's just kind of my go-to. And I am excited. And the reason why I'm excited is because I was having a rough go, and I was talking with a fellow creator who's a very good friend of mine who's also having a rough go. And it happens. It's not easy creating. And so the two of us were having a rough time, and I'm just like, how am I going to get out of this shit? What the fuck am I going to do, right? And then I thought, you know what? I need to review something. I need to do one anyways. I need to keep pushing with these. And I need to review something that I know I'll love. Like just something, I need to read and enjoy something that I know will jazz me the fuck up. And then I realized, wait, I know exactly what will make me feel better. Harland fucking Buck. Harland Buck is one of my all-time, whenever I'm talking about my top 5 indie comics, Harland Buck is always on that list, no matter what. So I thought, fuck yeah. I had 2 issues here, issues 6 and 7, that I haven't read yet. And that's mostly because when I'm reading comics right now, I'm either editing them or reviewing them. So this was one that I'd kind of held off to the side. So yeah, I was super excited to get into this for several reasons. One, of course, being that it's Harland Buck and it's one of my favorites. But the other reason is that Harland Buck, for those of you guys who don't know, Harland Buck is he's a mercenary, and he's really like a old school spaghetti western Clint Eastwood badass motherfucker who takes no shit, does jobs for the money, and you know he has that sort of aspect to him. The thing is, he doesn't want you to know, and don't tell anyone, but he's also kind of a stand-up dude. He wants to do good. He wants to help people. He just doesn't want you to know about it. That's between you and I. So anyways, I've always loved these stories because, to me personally, they're made for anyone. Anyone can enjoy it. But I feel like as a fellow writer, I can enjoy them on another level because there's a real subtlety to the character. He doesn't walk out and go, I am this, I am that, blah, blah, blah. Everything he says, there's layers to, and I love the layers. I love peeling apart the layers. I love doing that with this. But everything's subtle. And I'm a fantasy guy, and again, this is fantasy, but this is not high fantasy. And there's the difference for those of you who don't know. High fantasy is elves and dwarves and magic and all this shit. And this is more like, it's the medieval days, and, you know, there's all that kind of stuff going on. And so far, I've mostly seen humans. I think I saw a monkey man somewhere. But, you know, there's not a lot of other, like, creatures and stuff. And so it's a very sort of subdued kind of fantasy. And so finally, in issues 6 and 7, we get to discover the magic behind it all. And that's really exciting. Like, look at that. First off, look at that fucking cover. Yeah. So his dudes are Scott Weldon is the man with the plan. He is the writer, the creator, the letterer, the editor. Like, he does so much of this. And I've seen how he pours over his books. He works so hard to bring you guys an amazing product. I know I sound like I'm shilling for him, and I kind of am. But not just because he's my friend, he's my dude, and I think he's just awesome, but because he genuinely makes a good fucking book. Like, it's one of those books where I put up and I'd say, this is fucking awesome, and I'm willing to stake my reputation as a reviewer on it. And if you don't like it, then it says something about you, or it says something about me. And I'm okay with both. So, as much as Harland is a stand-up dude, I'm going to be a stand-up dude and say, this is fucking awesome. Let's get into the magic of it all. So, the thing is that, like I said, there's not a lot of magic or monsters or any of that, but that all comes in these two books. And what's really neat is that, like, if you read earlier in the series, the first two issues were 1 and 2, and they were like a part 1 and part 2. So there was a cliffhanger. But after that, everything kind of was very contained. So it's just like, this is an issue, this is what's happening, cool. This is an issue. And so that way, you didn't necessarily have to read them in order. And if you randomly picked up issue 4 and just started reading it, you didn't feel left out. You got to just sit and enjoy it and then go, cool, I like that. And depending on if I liked it, I can either pick up the rest or not. So what you don't get out of Harland Buck a lot is cliffhangers. I fucking love cliffhangers. I know so many people are like, no, seriously, I love a good cliffhanger. Because it means that you emotionally invested me enough that I'm excited if you do it right. And so, I mean, there is certainly bad ways to do cliffhangers. I've seen them and I've done them. And these are both done really well. And what's neat is that, of course, issue 6, because it's part 1 of 2, it's going to have a cliffhanger. But I actually felt like the cliffhanger for issue 6 was not as strong, so to speak, as the cliffhanger that happened at the end of issue 7, which is really funny. And obviously, I'm not going to go into that. I want you to read them, but that was really neat, and it really made me want to get issue 8. And that had nothing to do with the fact that I've already seen stuff from issue 8, and I'm already very excited about it. It was more just that cliffhanger was fucking bonkers. Like, it was nuts. So I loved it. Again, it's all about magic. It's all about Harland Buck's first exposure to it. He didn't even believe that magic was a thing, and so that's why this is so cool, is that in this world, magic is, like, they talk about it, but you can either believe in it or not. So it's not something that's readily available or known about. But now he's seen it. He finds this woman who's protecting a boy, and they're trying to escape this cadre of priests, evil priests, who want to capture the boy because they believe he's cursed. And of course, that's up to us to, you want to not believe the kid's cursed, but that's up to us to figure out, is he or isn't he? And you go through the 2 issues, wondering that. And he's not the only one, because there's other people involved and other magics involved. It's all very cool, and it shows I love his take on magic. He and I have very similar, I think, ideas behind magic. I hate the wands and the staves and all the magical items. It's very ridiculous to me. I don't like the focuses. And so seeing that they are using their will and that they're bending the world to them using their powers, it's very much like almost like mutants, which is funny because I know that a lot of this comes from Scott's love of X-Men. So I'm sure that definitely has something to do with it. But it just, to me, it feels more real. You know, just having these magical items everywhere, it bothers me than people actually innately either have being attuned to it or not. You know, it's sort of like a talent or something that you can build. And I appreciate that. I like that outlook. I think to me, it's a little more realistic. And of course, I know we're talking about magic. Fuck you. But yeah, loved it. Thought his take on everything was really good. Really enjoyed it. Just fired through both issues without a problem. And really, it made me really want to get into 8. So, and I know 8 is on its way. So you guys get to get excited about that. So, everybody, please go check out Harland Buck from Weldon Studios. Absolutely amazing book. Fantastic people. Dino Igor, his pencils and inks are solid. Avery Ferdinand worked with the guy before. Absolutely amazing dude. And his work on this book, as always, is professional and amazing. So, just an entire, just much love and a standout performance from this team altogether. Way to go, guys. Absolutely love it. Keep this shit up because we want more Harland Buck. People, give the love in the comments below. Tell them what you think, if you've read it or not. If you haven't, go out and check it out. That's really what these are here for, is to show you that this stuff is happening and for you to go find it. So, everybody, much love. Have a good one. I'm Chuck, and I give a fuck. Bam.